Hey, what's up? We're in the next part, so please go check out the previous part to gauge your bearings. We're still talking about this dark dream that I struggled to get started talking about, but now that I'm in it, okay? In the previous part, I was telling you guys about how it is that the satanic system is even a waste of time. The post-humanistic agenda is anti-human, and those people who are prepared to sell their souls all the way to the nth degree to the devil to get any kind of semblance of a normal life here on earth, the grand majority of them don't even make it. Literally, it is more like the Six Sigma what is this statistical application in terms of how many people actually get accepted into the global elites or the top 2%. You can be happy and prepared to sacrifice your entire family to Satan, but you won't always be guaranteed wealth and fame for that. There are people who already are dealing with blood on their hands, and they're still living in 2-bedroom apartments in some struggling neighborhood, or maybe even struggling to pay that rental, nochal, and yet he's committed some kind of a human sacrifice. It is fool's gold. It is fool's gold, and not everybody becomes Beyonce. Not that Beyonce has made it, because she's still condemned. But to get to the level of prominence that many of the people who make CEOs and boards of directors, and if you're in the entertainment industry, they become prolific actors, actresses, or musicians. They are a small percentage. They are a fraction. But the world is envious and covetous of that position. It's near on impossible to break bank in that space. And yet people apply for that job anyway, and the end result of it is death. There is a way that seems right to a man, and in the end it leads to death. Apparently, according to God, this situation is now happening even in corporate South Africa, but I would imagine that it's likely corporate world at large, where they are starting to come up with a shortlisting process for employees that is similar to that which it would take for a celebrity to make A-list status in Hollywood. In order for you to just be a call center agent in a blue, what do they call them? Blue chip? Fortune, let's call it a Fortune 500. Like a white collar Fortune 500 organization with beautiful office buildings, just to make it as an entry level. Hi guys, what's up? I'm recording on my iPhone right now, and yes, I know my iPhone is glitchy. It has got sound issues. The sound keeps going up and down and up and down, but for the better part you can hear me, even though I'm louder in some parts and not so loud in other parts. My other phone ran out of space, so I'm transferring the content over, and it's late right now. I can't just wait for 20 or 30 minutes or whatever for the content to transfer, because then it's going to be closer to 10 p.m. and I don't want to take a shower after then. So I'm like using my iPhone, but this is this will likely be the only part that I'm recording on my iPhone. The next part will be back on the phone, where the sound quality is crystal, even though there's a speech lag or some other issues. Okay, these are my challenges, and I'm likely going to have to continue to deal with them being all up in my grill until I get my my camera. Okay, yeah, the stream is long, so I can't just sit around waiting to finish recording it. So please excuse the audio issues, guys. Listen to the end. I'm really doing my best to try and reach people for Christ here. And you can hear the audio, it's just, some parts is loud, other parts is not. Like, yeah. These are the days that I've been living. It's unfortunate, but whatever. Right, so the last part before I got cut, I was talking about how it is that many of these deals, these satanic deals that people take up, some of the time, all you do is sign your soul to the devil, but for nothing. You gain absolutely nothing. You have to work like a dog. Like, for instance, Lecrae recently just came out lamenting that people are selling out Beyonce's concert, but they're not buying tickets to his show. Lecrae sold out from Christ to this wicked agenda, and he's now begging people basically to buy his tickets. Why aren't they just flowing in? The devil promised him the kingdoms of this world if at all he will worship him, and he took it up, and yet he has to beg people to buy tickets to his concert. Lecrae is even better off than many of the people that sign their souls over to Satan. They find themselves having sacrificed parents, children, siblings, cousins, whatever, only for them to just get some silly job that pays them 30,000 rands a month in corporate. Really, and when they start to miss their dead cousin, the cousin is dead permanently. When they start to long for meaningful relationships again, they've lost all those because they had to stab some serious people in the back. And some people in their lives very seriously in the back in order to get those deals. So it is never worth it, and only, like I said, a handful that is negligible in its percentage, is likely even a decimal in the in comparison to the global population, actually become violently wealthy. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Here on earth, and of course eternally, who in the world wants to burn? Nonetheless, in my dream, this environment, this office space that was very hard to acquire a job in, that was heavily covetable, however rarely achievable by anybody, I was still jealous. I was still jealous of that silly friend of mine from the past for having a job in this space. Even the 20-year-old girl, the 20-year-old young woman, I was jealous of her too, because she had a place in this organization. It's like whoever I was in this dream was really struggling with worldliness. They were really struggling with an eternal promise. They were really struggling with the veracity of Jesus' provision in the future, with letting go of the world. The Bible makes it clear that we must not love the world or the things in the world, for the things in the world are dying, they're passing away, they're fleeting. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the boastful pride of life, all that stuff is dying with this earth, and anybody who adores it, they don't have the love of the Father in them. This girl in this dream, whoever she was, because I don't feel that way in waking life, she had a real war, a turbulent one at that, inside her heart with the love of the world. She could not, despite having witnessed that this place is somewhat nefarious, it's kind of ominous, she still longed for acquisition in this regard. Guys, the things of this world are fleeting. People who are in this world trying to acquire more and more and more, babulala bantu bagibo, guys, babulala, but they kill their friends, they kill their family members just to get ahead. They sacrifice souls. They allow themselves to be pawns in a chess match that is very, very dangerous. They participate in the murders of their own friends. Like recently, a celebrity in this country died, and Yazi, just from looking at the CCTV footage, it is so obvious that at a minimum, there might be more that have been involved, but at a minimum, there is one friend of his that is just involved in it. And when I look at that Don Design guy, all I see is one of my, like, I see my cousins. I see my relatives that have hurt me in this capacity, that have used sorcery. I see former friends. I see my former best friend. I see my ex-boyfriends. I see people that were offered something and they took it up. And today, the quality of their lives has been significantly tarnished by the decision they made. And there's nothing they can do to turn it back. There is no true acquisition of joy or happiness. Money can't buy you happiness. That's such a tried, old, worn out, it's cliche, but it's true. They don't have the relationships they had. Their lives were much sweeter when they were struggling to get jobs, when they would fail interviews, when their cars would break down on the side of the road. Their lives were so much sweeter during that time. Do not love this world. And also the love of money, guys. Goodness, it is the root of all kinds of evil, and many who have wandered after it have pierced themselves with many pains. Not only was that guy immediately caught onto that, clearly, in my view, it is clear that clearly gave AKA over to eternity. Not only did he get busted quickly, but now the quality of his life is not ever going to be the same again. He is suspected not just by us, like people on the outside watching, but even people within the entertainment industry are suspecting him. They are uploading tweets and bringing them down. They first supported him, saying, guys, leave him alone, but now they've deleted those same tweets. It's like the guy is never going to be the same again. He's never ever going to be able to walk around freely in these streets without people basically gunning for him. Fans on the street of this late celebrity that is AKA are going to harass him in public. So he did not even have time to wallow in guilt by himself, realizing what he has done, because now everybody is onto him. And the disquieting thing as well is, not only do these people kill their own friends and family members just to get something in this occultic fashion, they also have the brazen audacity, once they have perished, to attend funerals, memorial services, and go and comfort the bereaved family as ones who are, batsidisi. Who wants to walk in that? You don't know what blood guilt does to a person, guys. Lady Macbeth might be a fictional Shakespearean tragedy, but indeed that character that is Lady Macbeth is accurately depictive of what happens when you hand an innocent soul over that had not seen it coming over for death. You get paranoid, schizophrenic, and you might even end up committing suicide. You think that the blood is on your hands and you keep on washing it. You will do things over and over and over again, and there is nothing you can do to turn back the hands of time, like R. Kelly. If you are not a seasoned criminal, if you're not a gangster, if it is not what you do, if you're not a paid assassin, you're going to struggle to kill a person. You're going to struggle to deal with the blood guilt, and sometimes it might take you out just from guilt alone. These are the things that people are dealing with. In my family, people have, I mean, goodness, I'm not their only victim, but I am by far their most stark and obvious victim, but I'm not their only one. I appear to be really badly hit by sorcery, but I'm just the Lord is using me as a monument for these guys to show them what Umthakathi Benu does. Guys, people have lost me, and I mean, this is not to toot my own horn, but you don't grow up with somebody that you're tight with, that you go everywhere with, and one day they're not in your life, and it's clear that you were involved in it, and be normal in society again. You will ever wonder, what are people thinking about me? You will be paranoid, schizophrenic. It is not worth it. Not only does it come with a taboo of you looking culpable at a minimum for having brought low a person that you were supposed to love, not only do you get looked at by these people like a Judas, but the quality of your life also significantly tanks. How I am not in the lives of the children of many of my friends and family members is, disturbing. Yet nonetheless, these people carry on in society hoping to be embraced as acceptable. People are onto them just like we're all onto Dawn Design. But because the police have yet to conclude in their investigation that this man was involved in it, the dude continues to attend the funeral of the man that he caused to be slain. Ghostwriting. He continued to go to the memorial service. He continued to even upload some kind of post-mortem letter to the dude. He gotta keep up with the act, but I mean, when you know you did it, you know you did it, you know you did it. And that's the thing about witches, they know they did it. They know they did it. So how patronizing then must it be to themselves? And how hypocritical must they feel? How filthy must they feel when they keep on writing memorial letters, when they keep on making speeches at people's funerals that they brought to the end of their lives? This stuff is not worth it, and I don't even know what in the world is so seemly about killing a family member, somebody that you love, for a job, a car. It just does not make sense to me. I can't put the pieces of the puzzle together, but maybe I'm being, sanctimonious, self-righteous, and, horn tooting. Maybe I'm just being too self-exalting. I don't know. But for me, it's like, guys, you know how happy you are when you fall in love. You know that feeling of having somebody adore you that much, how excited you get. Well, when you bewitch a person to stay with you in a relationship, all that flies out the door. When you try to kill that ex-girlfriend of yours because she doesn't want to be with you anymore, your new relationship, you are not going to be able to have true joy. When you have bewitched the whole world around you, any acquisition in this world, it's going to be hard to enjoy. You're not going to enjoy the house you now live in, the car that you now drive, and even the wife that you now married as a trophy wife. You're going to struggle to love them if you killed your ex-girlfriend because she would not be with you. There is no life to be enjoyed, and I don't know why people cannot foresee that this is a thing. Not only do most people not get what they signed up for exactly to the T, but they also get busted for shiga, some kind of strange activity, when all of a sudden people that they were close to in their lives drop like dominoes. For instance, I have a cousin who suddenly skyrocketed to prosperity when she was struggling before, and with that prosperity also came the decimation of our relationship and the obvious cursed state of my life. There is no enjoying life when you look like that. There is no enjoying life. The devil, his provision always come with terms and conditions that are in fine print that you can read in the Bible, but you choose not to. He does not give anything. He is a thief. So when you acquire anything from him, understand that that thing is going to steal more from you than it will ever give anything. In my dream, it was clear that this woman was in shame because she was sitting down. First of all, she was slumped in a hunched position and her clothes were shrouded in darkness. But hey, she got a job at a Fortune 500 company that hardly anybody got to work in. When you get to be among those who have taken the mark of the beast, so you get to eat, you get to own nothing and be happy, like they say at the World Economic Forum, guys, then on that day, congratulations, you get to eat, but guess what? You're gonna be starving for eternity. You're gonna be asking somebody to put a drop of water on your tongue like the rich man with Lazarus. Go on, drink as much water as you want while other people get parched, while other people cannot be satiated in their hunger and in their thirst. Go on, but understand that you will be naked for eternity. You are going to be thirsty for eternity. You are going to be hungry for eternity. And what's worse, you're also going to be in pain for eternity. You're going to be weeping and gnashing your teeth forever. No, guys, not for just 10 years or for the duration of time that you are on this earth. And so you imagine that since I lived 30 years, I will then burn for 30 years forever. All in the spirit of acquiring 1 or 2 or 3 little trinkets here on the earth. The deception for me anyway is obvious from the very get-go, because why would I want to never ever be close again with my mother, for instance, just so I can get a better job? Why would I want to end the life of my mom just so I can get a big car or a house or everything I've ever desired? What's gonna happen when I regret it, when I miss my mom, when I start to think about what my mom did for me when I was growing up? Why do people not think about this? How does it not attack them? Guys, I know that a conscience attacks you when you're about to make a bad decision, because prior to coming to Jesus Christ, I was spoken to so very many times by the Holy Spirit to not do something that I did anyway. I remember with crystal clarity all the times that God said no, 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 don't, before I got saved. So I'm pretty sure that all y'all that are not born again, it's not that y'all don't got the Holy Spirit in you, that you are so daft of hearing. You are hearing. For the Holy Spirit convicts of sin, albeit being outside of you. Even though he has yet to indwell you, he convicts. He speaks all throughout people's lives. Don't go there. Don't take that turn. Don't do that abortion. He says it over and over and over again. But because he's gracious, he says it, like I said, over and over and over again. But there's going to come a time when he's going to stop speaking. And you're going to feel like finally that annoying voice has stopped speaking. But when he stops speaking, you're handed over. And the ramifications of what he was warning you against will then become a reality. And then that's when you're going to be like, snap, shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have killed my cousin. Shouldn't have handed her over to a life of poverty. Shouldn't have lain her waste. Should not have stolen her prosperity. Shouldn't have. But now you've done it. And everybody can see that you done it, because your name is Don freaking Design. Like, there's no getting out of this for that guy. Even if he gets away with it, everybody will know forever that he did it. I don't know what it would take for that man to be vindicated, guys. I literally do not know, but he looks very much like a Judas. He looks very much like a Judas. So if I'm one of those conspiracy theorists on the internet, I don't care. I saw what I saw on the CCTV footage, and I'm pretty smart. I'm not quick to hop to conclusions, but that evidence was too damning for that man to not yet be in questioning right now with the police. I don't understand what's going on with South Africa. So if you want to be a Don Design, by all means, but understand there are ramifications. The quality of your life will be significantly disqualified. It will be significantly tarnished. It will be significantly reduced. And even if you do get away with like I said, even if you do get away with the murder that you committed, there will always be people that will look at you wagging their heads. And nobody wants to walk around with that over their shoulders. Witches always give themselves away in one way or another, even if it's hard to prove their witchcraft, since it is, witchcraft is spiritual. Their lives, how they turn out, the relationships that suddenly just fall apart, and the things that they automatically overnight acquire after another tragic thing happened to another person in their lives, those are telltale signs. But in the presence of those telltale signs, they continue to, like I said, attend funerals, go to memorial services, make speeches, and write letters to the people that they decimated. Who wants that for life? And it is very difficult to come back from out of that. Christ has a way of restoring a person's reputation, but it tends to require a confession. So unless you're prepared to say, look, I handed my mom over for a human sacrifice ritual, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're always going to have a hovering over your shoulder, the fact that everybody suspects you did it even though nobody caught you. Next part, with a better phone.